everybody, welcome back. We are still reading Junie B. Jones and a Little Monkey Business. Our last chapter, Grace and Lucille kept giving Junie B. Jones things so that they could see her little monkey brother first. Let's see what happens next. Chapter 7, Some School Words. I wore my brand new things back to room 9. They looked very beautiful on me, except my new pink high tops were too big, and my feet were sliding around in there. Before I sat down, I looked at Lucille's red chair. Then I tapped on her. I'm sorry, Lucille, but red is my favorite color, and so I'd like that chair of yours, I think. Lucille looked very upset at me. But red is my favorite color too, Junie B. I patted her. I know, Lucille, I said nicely, but you still must give it to me. It's the rules. And so she did. Now I'm the winner for sure, aren't I? She asked. My shoulders go up and down. I don't know, Lucille, I said. That Grace said she might have some cash in her purse. After that, Mrs. passed out construction paper and we cut out autumn leaves for our bulletin board. Autumn is the school word for fall. We sprinkled our leaves with shiny glitter. Also, I sprinkled glitter in my hair, and I pasted some to my eyebrows. Then Mrs. confiscated my shiny glitter jar. Confiscate is a school word for yanked it right out of my hand. Just then, Mrs. Gutzman knocked on our door. She came into the room with milk and cookies. Hooray, hooray for Mrs. Gutzman! I shouted at her. Guess what, Mrs. Gutzman? I get 3 snacks today. See? I have 3 snack tickets. Mrs. walked over to my chair. She stared me down. How did you get 2 extra tickets, Junie B? She asked. Did you find them on the playground? She then took my 2 extra tickets away, and she held them high in the air. Did anyone lose their snack tickets today? She said to the class. No, I hollered. Those are my tickets. Lucille and Grace gave them to me. Mrs. raised her eyebrows. Lucille, did you give Junie B your snack ticket today? She asked. Yes, said Lucille. That's because she made me. No, I did not, you dumb Lucille, I said. I did not make you. Mrs. said, be quiet to me. She folded her arms. Grace, did you give your snack ticket to Junie B too? Then that Grace started to cry because she thought she was in trouble. Mrs. tapped her foot. Please come get your snack ticket, Grace, she said. So then that Grace walked to my table just in her socks, and Mrs. made squinty eyes at her feet. Where are your shoes, Grace? She asked. That's when big fat baby Grace started crying even harder. She pointed at her shoes. Mrs. peeped under my table. Junie B. Jones, she hollered. Why are you wearing Grace's shoes? Mrs. sounded dangerous. Because, I said, kind of scared. Because why? Said Mrs. Because it's the rules, I explained. Then Mrs. bended down very close to my ear. What rules? The rules for who gets to be the first one to see my monkey brother, I said. Mrs. rolled her eyes back in her head. Put your own shoes back on and come with me, young lady, she said. Then me and her walked into the hall together, and she made me tell her what happened on the playground. After that, I gave Lucille back the locket and the sweater with the Scotty dog on it. And I had to give Grace back the real, genuine, fake ring from cereal. Then Mrs. wrote a note, and she said for me to take it to the office. The office is where the boss of the school lives. His name is Principal. Yes, but I don't think I would like to go down there today, I said, or else my mother might get mad at me. Mrs. tapped her foot, and then she took hold of my hand. Let's go, young lady. March, she said. And so then me and her marched to the office. March is a school word for pulled me way too fast. It's the end of the chapter. Sounds like Junie B might be getting into some trouble. We'll find out what happens at the end of the book tomorrow when we read chapter 8 and 9. Good night, everybody.